So I'm going to be showing you how to use the EyebrowQueen Brow Pro Pencil. For Lily, you can see she's quite a warm tone, but I'm going to use the shade medium brown. What I'm going to do first is just brush the eyebrows up into position. And then I'm going to start shading. So the first thing I do is I work on all the empty gaps first. So the trick is when you want to pencil in your brows, don't colour them all in. Just pick out the bits that are empty first and then you can build the shape around it. So there's a gap here. So I'm just drawing tiny strokes really into that section. Okay, now I always brush in between as well. So Lily's brows are kind of quite faint, so I want to make a little bit more of them, but I don't want to just colour them all in. We're going for this sort of textured look, and even though she's got a lot of hair, if I draw some definite strokes into them, it will give her that spiky, fluffy look that everyone's trying to achieve at the moment. So just really evenly spaced apart. I'm not trying to make them look like loads of hairs together because then it's just going to end up shading it in. So I actually want to see gaps between them. So I filled in the definite empty gaps first, then I've gone through and done some strokes that are really evenly spaced apart to make them look a little bit more spikier and fluffier. Even though she's got a lot of hair, this just creates the texture. So then I'm going to stand back and look at them, and I can see a few gaps where I just need a little bit of extra texture. So I'm just using the corner of the pencil just to add those in. Okay, for the shape, keep brushing them in the position you want them to. And that's about as much pencil as I'll put through that brow. So the same thing the other side. The trick is trying to match them up. So fill in all your empty areas first. Lily's got a really good shape for me to follow anyway. Fill in the gaps, and then with your strokes you want them to all go upwards and then fluff outwards. So I've got an imaginary line here that I'm working up to. So I don't like to draw in hard lines when I'm creating this type of brow. So once I've drawn them in, I just make sure they're all brushed into position. But we actually have two different products that we can use to now set those hairs in place so that they don't move all day. So one of the EyebrowQueen products is a clear fixing lotion, and the other one is a coloured mascara that coats each hair with fibres and holds them in position. This is the EyebrowQueen Colour Boost. It's a coloured mascara, it's made for eyebrows, and it has lots of fibres in it as well, and it has a really like a medium to firm fixing power. So there's two sides to it. It's quite a big brush. The shorter side is to put a lot of product onto the brow, and the longer side is for applying like when you only need a little bit on there. I'm going to lightly brush through the hairs. And what that does then, coats each hair with colour, sticks little fibres to each hair as well. It just gives your brows a really good boost. That's why it's called the Colour Boost. So it adds colour and boosts the size of them. And you can see that it's holding the hairs in place, but you can see I'm not really getting it all over the skin. And that's because the bristles of the brush are really nice and long. So that's the Colour Boost. For the other side, I'm going to use the EyebrowQueen Brow Fix, which is a new product that's out there. It's not like your usual gels, it's a setting lotion. So the trick to this is we apply one drop to the brush, and then we're going to pop that onto the brows, and this will hold the brows in place all day. So I'm going to brush through lightly just to distribute that product across the brow. Then that will go slightly tacky, and you can use the actual angled side of the brush to apply it as well, and that will just hold all those hair strokes in place all day. Or if you've got any stubborn hairs, then you can really push them up with the angled brush. If you have hairs that stick away from the face, you can actually pop your brush against the hair to hold it down and rub it upwards like that, and that will stick them against the skin. And then you can literally go swimming, you can go to the gym, and that won't move.